So I will give you guys a couple minutes to get in here. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about, but not gossip about. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come join live. And if you're new, make sure you give a shout out in the live and say hello. Hey, Lisa. Couple minutes. You did not see that Burger King bag. You did not see that Burger King bag. And yes, I'm in a bathing suit. Oh my gosh. I'm going to talk about that. Don't worry. I am definitely going to talk about the renovation. Yes. There was something I wanted to say though before I went ahead and started the live though, because yeah, I know. Don't get me started. But you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're 2 minutes in. Okay, so before I decided to push live though, I went swimming in the lake, and the lake out here in the desert, it's like randomly kind of come up for me whenever I have felt as if I've been in a crucial point in my life, or like on my journey in general. So I go swim out there, and it's like relief, kind of. Hey, Brooke. Like, it kind of feels like relief, you know? And I remember going through the grieving process, not like, I used to get relief when I used to go outside, go into the woods, see trees, see like a river, a stream, anything like that. And it's like, now there are times where that does not happen to me as much anymore, which is kind of weird. So anyway, the reason, you know, I kind of wanted to start my live a little bit differently. How I used to do, or how I haven't been doing it, but a little bit differently. And I know how I have themes and stuff like that. So I pulled this card before I went live, and then instantly, like, a random message kind of started coming through. And this is my spirit animal oracle, and it's the ant spirit community. So, and I was just writing like the whole message down because it was so fast and so quickly. So I kind of wanted to share that before I started talking about my renovations and all of that other stuff. So, ant spirit community. There's this whole world, and like, I don't mean like Earth and, you know, the continents and the government and different governments, different countries. No, there's this whole other dimension that's out there, and it's where we step out of a particular comfort zone. But it's something that perhaps we once knew, a place, a way of living, items. And sometimes we can consider these things like materialistic items that we were so attached to. Maybe even a way of living, a particular way of living even. But I'll tell you what, There's always this chance and this open door that leads you somewhere. And sometimes you're not sure where that door goes, and you're not sure if you should open it, shut the door. But sometimes when you open the door and you go through that door, there's challenges. Sometimes emotional challenges, sometimes mental challenges, spiritual challenges, but there's challenges there. And it can be incredibly uncomfortable. It can be however you want it to be in that moment. But as long as you're allowing and you're not resisting, then sometimes these challenges can go by quick or they can drag on. But it's also staying in that alignment. Staying in that alignment. So, Satie. Staying in that alignment. So, for me, I was desiring this type of living, and I was desiring this type of life, this lifestyle for quite some time. And I kept throwing the idea out at people, bouncing back ideas. And sometimes you just have to kind of just do it. But after 3 months, it's like you're ready, or after a period of time passes, like you're ready to turn into some type of, you want to transform it in a particular way. But anyway, so, everywhere I go, I hear, I love your van, I love this. So sometimes when you take those paths, you get all of these signs from the universe. And it's almost like the universe is kind of speaking to you in a particular way. Hi, Gabe. It's like the universe is speaking to you in a particular way. So you just have to open yourself up to something, or open yourself up to what it's saying to you. And sometimes it's lonely, and sometimes you feel like it's not worth it. And sometimes it's like you forget that you're not really alone in the process. You forget that you aren't alone. So, and sometimes the energies that come and help you out, sometimes it's temporary, and sometimes it's because they're not really meant to stay for a long period of time, but they're really just meant to kind of help you out. And some of these other energies too, they come for karmic lessons for you. And they teach you karmic lessons. And then if some of these karmic energies come back around during Mercury retrograde, you're on your own. You're on your own. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so as long as you are growing from these experiences, then they'll dissipate. They won't come back. Hey, Bubsy, good to see you. They'll dissipate. They won't come back. But if they do come back during Mercury retrograde, I don't know what to tell you. You have your own choice of free will. Satie! You have your own choice of free will, of course. But it's because of this community that we embrace ourselves and let go and kind of open ourselves up to who we are. So, but where I was kind of going with that, like, I haven't really thought about this, but I have like multiple, like everywhere I go, people are like, oh, I love your van. And I'm just like, I'm looking at the inside of it and I'm just like, what? You love my van? What? What? How? Like right now? So, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I love it. I do love it. And sometimes it's one of those things that you just have to embrace. So and you have to embrace being uncomfortable, literally being uncomfortable in certain situations and all of that. So I'll get to the life update and the renovations and stuff like that. So life update. Last week, my something happened with my lights and I couldn't get them up and going. My fuses for my lights just kept blowing out of nowhere. And there was, I'll tell you about what happened with that. But my signal lights stopped working. My headlights were working, but my fuses kept going out. And as soon as you would put a fuse in, it would just instantly blow. So grounding issue. And I was sitting there, you know, kind of trying to tap into like my military, like mindset and like all of the things that I kind of used to do in the mechanical world. And it's just like, man, I really wish I was kind of Superwoman right now. And, you know, I'm pulling up the hood and, you know, I have these like fancy nails and I'm just like, I'm trying to like be a mechanic person, like the mechanical military person who just sat there and didn't quit, you know. But it's like, just chill out, you know, because that's all I kept hearing was chill out, you know, chill out, it'll get fixed. It's not like, you know, it's not like the van isn't running. And then all of our food went bad because we had a propane leak in the van, and that was awful. I still haven't fixed that. I just up and decided, I was like, yep, here's my universal sign that I'm going to completely gut out this van and have it how I want it. Anyways, so there was all that going on, and then I was just like, man, and then I have to go live, and it was like, crap. I'm overwhelmed right now, so Satie. So anyways, I picked a spot out, and I've already started in here. Like, I've started taking stuff out. I don't know, but aura with a drill. I don't know. Could you guys imagine me with a drill right now? I don't know. So, you know, I'm unscrewing everything, and so far, and I've also been looking at, looking at the floor and stuff, and trying to think, you know, do I need to replace the floor? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? So it's just kind of, and I have to say this, when I was younger, I didn't do anything by myself. My my mom practically did everything for me. So, her being gone, like, if she were here, she would be like, Katie, don't do that, because then we have to like replace all that stuff, and I don't know how we would find someone to fix it. And I would be that person that would be like, Mom, it's okay, just like chill, you know, like I would be that person that would tell her, just chill, it'll be fine, we'll get it replaced, blah 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 blah. But rewind, when I was younger, I didn't do my laundry until I was 18 years old. And that's kind of why I joined the military, because I wanted to kind of prove something to her and also prove something to myself, that I could do stuff on my own, and I could support myself on my own, and I didn't need her. But when she passed away, it was like I felt like I really needed her. So, so I'm starting these renovations though. When I first started doing stuff, because there was a couple things that I've already taken out already, and what was it? There was this huge, I don't even know what to call it, but the thing is my thing is, there's no storage for us in this van. That's my problem right now. There's no storage. So I wanted all of our clothes are in like plastic tubs and stuff like that. So it's like I have no place to put our clothes. Literally, like even with the things that I've taken out, I had no place to put our clothes, and I really wanted something or something nice to kind of put our clothes into. Most of the stuff that has taken a lot of space in here is like the refrigerator, and there's just like a couple cabinets right there, but I mean that's for like food storage and stuff like that. So there's just, my thing is personalizing the van right now. So what I've only taken out so far is there was this I don't even know what to call it, like the garage, like kind of like half of the garage right here of the van. So there was that, but it was kind of like a step or like a staircase kind of thing. And what I was doing is I was putting a lot of our shower stuff in there and taking showers outside, and with my electrical shower, which I have, it's portable shower, and you can shower just about anywhere, and you can USB charge it. And so that's how I was doing that. But I was just like, this is just taking up space. Like, this is taking up space that I'm only using it to store that part, and then the rest of it is for what? So there's that. Anyways, so I took that part out, took that piece out, and then there was a whole cabinet that I took out last night. I went to town last night, I don't know, and I was trying to set up a little tent area to like put some of this stuff underneath, and then kind of leave it there and then come back for it, because where I'm kind of staying, it's just kind of, it's somewhat chill over there, but at the same time, I had a run-in with somebody this morning, and I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. So, and then yesterday, by the grace of God, I want to say this, grace of God and the universe, of course, because the universe is always speaking to us. Anyway, so I was able to get the van fixed. I was able to get all of because I wasn't going to start my renovations. I wasn't going to start gutting or anything like that until like the whole electrical problem was fixed, because all my fuse, like, and it almost smelled like a fire was about to start in the van, and I was freaking out. I was freaking out just a little bit. So I got that fixed yesterday. Thank God it wasn't expensive at all. The guy was super nice, and the moment we leave here, the moment we leave this area here, it's like, that's going to be my go-to person if I ever come back in this direction. So I'm still like trying to come up with a plan for the renovating aspect of it, because literally what I'm going to do is set up a tent, move everything out, and start gutting stuff out, basically. But my thing is out here, it's too hot. Like, I draw the line after like 85 degrees. So, and it's starting to get like hot out here. And, where is he? Oh. But anyway, so, come here, Benny. So anyway, and then last night I was kind of like, Spirit, please, I need a little bit of assistance, like starting this project. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea, like, I have ideas of how I want it set up in here, because definitely a whole different setup than what's happening. But I have no idea, like, carpentry wise, what I'm doing. Not a clue. I'm just taking a drill and unscrewing things right now, and then watching other YouTube videos and kind of letting my intuition guide me on what's the appropriate action forward. But so, like, as I'm even taking things apart too, it's just oh man. Satie. Very mouthy dog. Anyway, so, and then also while we were like getting the van fixed, there was this taco truck across the street, and I had both my dogs with me. Zeke was inside the van. I had like a whole like air thing for him going in here, and I had him kenneled inside and stuff like that. So we went across the street to go to this food place because we both were hungry, and it's not like I can cook anything because all of my utensils in the van stopped working. So or my utilities in the van kind of stopped working. So that's when I kind of decided, I was like, shit, I want to just renovate. So anyway, we go across the street to go get tacos, and I was like, quesadilla, like, you know, Hispanic food. I mean, what do you expect in Vegas? Okay. But anyway, so we go across the street to go get tacos, and I'm sitting there. I turn my head, and all of a sudden there's an angelic number there. And it's 1111, which is the number. And I was like, damn it. You know, I'm just like sitting there, and I was like, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Because like the whole time that I left the van there, I was like, man, I hope this guy doesn't, you know, I was just, hey, virtual. The whole time I was just like, man, I hope this kind of works out. Like, am I supposed to be here? This and that. And then I see that number there, and I was like, okay, cool. Cool. I feel relief now, because I feel like I'm supposed to be here. Because I didn't really feel like I was in the right, like at first I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to get the van fixed here or not. I don't know. So I saw that number, and then I was like, okay, I feel better now. So So then this morning, the spot that I kind of picked to, I wouldn't say like park the van for like, you know, forever or whatever. I'll probably like renovate at another spot or something like that. But I was just trying to kind of figure out the spot where I just wanted to sit there and do everything that I need to do to the van and not kind of cause disturbance or, you know, not be at peace for whatever reason. So this morning, actually, I want to rewind for a second. Last night, I was asking Spirit. I was like, Spirit, I was like, please, I need some help. Da 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 da. But then this morning, I get up and instantly hit with, you know, the heat wave and all of that comes with living in the desert, of course. So I get up, I let the dogs out, and I'm going to the bathroom, and I'm just like, I don't hear them. So I jump out, and then there's this like travel trailer that is, I want to say like, I don't know, 500 feet away from the van. And there's this dog that's over there, and Benny and Satie, they love other dogs. Okay. They just love other dogs. And Benny has always been known to kind of, I can't explain it, but he does this thing where he senses something wrong sometimes and he tries to interfere for whatever reason. So they're playing with that dog that's out there. I'm trying to call them down, like call them back. And they're just so excited and stuff. The lady comes out and she's all like ticked off and kind of upset. And, you know, I mean, it's 6:45 in the morning, whatever, you know, but, I call them off and they come back. Both of them come back. And the lady is like shouting. She's like, every day these dogs are down here. Every day. And I was like, are you upset because they went to go visit your dog? Like, that's why you're upset, because my dogs went to go visit your dog? I don't understand the problem here. Like, so I call them off, you know, and I just kind of, whatever, you know, I don't care. I don't care. So, you know, I call them off and I bring them back, and every single time that I'm working, they are, you know, they're under the van or they're playing with Ash. Like, it's rare if they take off like that. And if they do take off, it's because there's another dog and they want to play with them. They want to lick them. They want to, you know, they want to do everything like that. And I mean, that goes the same when I'm out in public. Benny, my dog, my golden retriever, Benny, he's trained to respond to Ash's autistic. So Benny is trained to kind of respond to him in a particular way. And I mean, he's even trained to kind of respond to certain body languages and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I've set that up with him. He's very natural about it and stuff like that. And other people are very, I kind of like pulled back from that. But that individual person in that trailer, she you can hear that dog like all day long, literally. Like, you can hear him like kind of howling and whining in that trailer. So it's like, do you ever allow your dog interaction with other dogs? I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you know, it's never really a bad thing. If your dog's inoculated, if it has vaccinated and all that, what's the problem? Why would you do that to it? Like, why would you kind of separate? I mean, unless you're training them or whatever for something, but she's not. She just, you know. So, I laughed at that because she was like yelling, and I was just like, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, I would be sitting in here like twiddling my thumbs, calling my mom and being like, Mom, this woman, blah, 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 this, that, you know, I would be sitting there like venting to her and you know, upset and stuff. And she would be like, she's just like, my mom would always say like just random stuff to kind of calm me down. And she would be like, Katie, don't worry about it. She's just miserable. You know, she's just this, she's just that. So, and I heard her on the phone, like, ranting and raving up and down. And, she was, I don't know who she was calling, but she was like calling people to try to justify being upset. And it's like, what did my dogs do to you? They came over and said hello to your dog, and it's just like, there's like certain situations now where I'm just like laughing. I'm literally laughing because it's like, okay. Okay, you're upset over that, really? So there's just times like that where you just really have to just laugh it off, because people get upset over what. So there's that. Yeah, so I was going to town last night on the van. I took out, there was this other, like, I don't know, like the more stuff. Yes, people do get upset over the most ridiculous things. And it's just like, you know for a fact that they're miserable. They're just miserable. So her getting upset over that, I was just like, oh man, who cares? So anyway, the next, you know, after a little bit of time passed, I get dressed, I go outside, I have this like huge mess outside, and it's not like a huge mess. It's just some of the stuff that I had emptied out of this cabinet over here that was, what is it? It was like garage stuff, like, fluids for the van, antifreeze, brake fluids, stuff like that. Just kind of extra gear that I was given. And I moved it out because I'm going to town on the van right now. I'm gutting things out. So anyway, I get dressed after that whole spiel happened, and I get dressed and I go outside, and Ash is like, oh, I want to go swimming. You know, he always wants to go swimming. So do I, because last night after I was like taking this other cabinet out, and just suddenly I just got incredibly, can you attach something on the back for all that kind of stuff? Attach something. So last night I was going to town and took out one of the cabinets, and suddenly I was trying to set up the tent to like pull all the like storage. So I mean, I have a storage unit, but it's not here, it's out somewhere else. But I don't know, like I've been like doing random things to the van, and I have not really gotten hollered at by like park rangers or like anybody like that. I haven't really had that problem. But so I had all of that stuff like in a box outside, and that tent that I was trying to set up, I just kind of like threw it and then covered it up with a tarp, because I had a hard time setting it up. And then I kind of was gonna clean. I was like all sweaty and stuff, and I was all sweaty and stuff, so I was trying to wash myself off. I filled the water up, and then the water spilled over, and it was just, I don't know, like last night was just, ugh. So then I'm getting up after that incident with that woman. I kind of let her cool off for a little bit, and I just started kind of picking things up and organizing stuff, and I'm sitting there, and I noticed this other van on the other side of me. He's got his door open. It's older gentleman. He's got his door open. He's staring at me, and I'm like, this is either going to end very badly, or he's going to come over and strike up a conversation about something. So I'm sitting there, I'm cleaning things up. I'm organizing all of my mechanical stuff, and, you know, all of the stuff that I had tarped outside on next to the van and stuff. And I'm like down to the final stuff, and I put everything in the back storage area. And so when I go back there, and this is the storage area that I'm talking about. This is the box that I'm talking about here. He comes over and he's like, and I'm like, I'm on the side of the van here. I peek my head around here by the door. I peek my head over here by the door. This door right here. This door right here. And peek my head around the door, and he scared me. And he goes, that's a really nice, like, you know, toolbox that you have on the end of there. And I was like, yeah, the person who had the van before, he put it on there, and this and that. And it's, you know, it does add a little bit of weight to the van, of course. I mean, you put stuff in there. I mean, I put my extra gas in there and stuff like that. And so he was commenting on that. And then all of a sudden, I find out that he's a carpenter and he knows how to build stuff and stuff like that. And I was like, this could work. You know, I could hang out here for a little bit and get some pointers from somebody who is a carpenter. So, and he mentioned that he was from Nebraska and stuff like that. But he mentioned that he was from Nebraska and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Because last night I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna, like, I need some help, just a little bit, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I know that I need to gut stuff out, unscrew stuff and stuff like that. But then it's like the other aspect of getting started. So, hi, Frank. Oh, there was that. And so I was like very grateful, and I think he's going to be here for a little bit. So I'm hoping that I will be able to, of course it's going to be uncomfortable, but I gotta say, like, I kind of intended on doing something like this for a while. So anyway, before that, I don't know if I told you guys, but I know that's what I was going to do, pick his brain for ideas. His whole van is, he said it's on solar, which that's kind of what I was shooting for. I want to shoot for solar power in the van, but then you also have to have an alternative way of like powering everything. And ever since everything went down with the propane tank and we had that leak and stuff, like that was just a disaster. And I felt like I was kind of losing my mind just a little bit. Like I was like, is this actually happening right now? Like what's going on? Like I just felt a little bit brain fogged for like a day or two. And then as soon as everything was kind of like done leaking out, I was just like, I'm not gonna deal with I'm not gonna do that again. I don't even think I want a propane tank to power that. Like, I don't want to do that. So I was talking to him about the whole solar thing, and I was like, well, like you have to be in like specific areas where, you know, you don't have a lot of clouds and stuff like that. And he goes, yeah. And then, but then you also have to come up with an alternative way to power everything. So like a generator or some other way, or propane and stuff like that. So I don't think I want to go back to propane again, even though I have a portable stove that has propane. But like anything underneath the van that has propane or anything like that, I don't think I want to do something like that again. Because the leak in general, it caused this like particular smell, and it was just like, it was bad. So I don't think I want to do something like that again. So I have decided I want to do some messages for a little bit, and then I want to go swimming. So, and then the other thing too, I think in the future, eventually, I want to get like one of those either like a way to like, what is it? Like a waterproof camera, so I can also go live, but also if I want to go swimming, I can take you guys with me when I go swimming. Like when I actually go into the water. So I was thinking about doing that. So I want to do some messages before I leave, you guys, because I want to go back in the water like here soon before it gets dark. So oh, there goes my camera again. Also, unfortunately, my son broke my stick, so I'm forced to, and that's the third stick he's broke in a while. All right. So the theme for tonight was community. Okay. And I already talked about that specific message with that, but I really want to dive into some other messages that might come out while I'm here, while I'm live, while you guys are here with me, of course. Hello, Woo. I don't even know how to say that username. Woo10. Metamorphosis. It's like something is changing. 444 on the clock right now. Something is changing. Okay, 444, 44. Okay, but something is changing. Now, whoever needs to hear this message, I'm getting something along the lines of June, July. But something is changing. Changing residencies, changing houses, getting kind of creative in the process. Okay. What is this metamorphosis? What is this metamorphosis? Okay, so I see this thief though. I see this thief, but it's like someone kind of feeling left out in a particular way, left out in the cold, where it feels like something is being taken away. And what you don't understand is that something is being given back to you. Something is being given back to you. It's like there's no need for worry. There's no need to worry about what's to come with this. But whatever this is, because I'm hearing like June, July, August, this is going to be a very crucial time or a very crucial moment for you. It's like whatever, like when I see this card though, whatever is being taken away, or whatever you feel as if is being taken away, it's like something is being given back. There's some type of transformation happening around you. And it's not even around you. It's within you. What else did I was going to say? I was going to say something else. What else do we have here? See, this is what I'm talking about. It feels like something is being taken away. All right. And maybe something is being taken away. But what I'm hearing is the universe is delivering something much better. Something that is more in alignment with who you are. What you kind of came to do in this lifetime. These are the two cards that came out. Something is being taken away, but something is also being replaced. And it's more solid is what I'm hearing. It's more what's meant for you. And it's all because of this community. They're working together. They're not transpiring against you. And if you're starting to believe that, oh, the universe is transpiring against me, yeah, that's going to happen in more than one or two ways. But if you believe that the universe is working for you, because that's what this community is here for, to work for you and work in your favor, then you will be granted something a lot more worth your time, a lot more rejuvenating, a lot more in your favor. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too, after this too, I am going to go swimming, but I was going to talk about the Kansas moms. Loyalty. The universe is a lot. I feel like the universe is like a parent. Like that's how I see universal energies and also in general. But it's kind of like a parent. They are on your side. They do things out of love. The universe does things out of love. But they're also loyal to matching energies. Satie. They're also loyal to matching energies. They're also loyal to matching alignment. Because if something is not in alignment with you, if something is not a match, for instance, I kept calling around different places to try to get my van fixed, and everybody kept turning me down. I even called I even called a mechanic that I normally go to, and he let me down. I was like, he goes, no, our electrician's not here today. And I was like, okay, it's not for me. That means that is not what I'm in alignment with. I went to this other mechanic. He was very honest, loyal, respectful, and also the price was immaculate. I could not believe what he charged me. I almost asked him, are you sure you want to charge me that? What? So it just goes to show you how the universe doesn't transpire against you, but for you, in your favor. More than anything more than anything. What is this? Loyalty. This includes false personas or false energies, or kind of individuals that they're meant to cross your path, but they're also meant to kind of show you, this is not for me. This is not for me. I know this is not for me. Let me open myself up to what is for me. Because no matter what, something is coming my way. I will attract people, opportunities that are meant for me. So perhaps I am thinking of a particular person. Are they thinking about me too? Because there's a particular moment in time where we are thinking about a specific person. We are thinking about a particular experience that we've had with a particular person. And we're wondering, am I telepathically communicating with this person? Am I in some way, shape, or form connecting with this person in a particular dimension? Yes, you are. You are. What you are doing is you are connecting with that person and intuitively feeling a future conversation that will happen, or they're also thinking about you as well and having that moment as well. So it's almost like telepathic communication between you and this other person. There's a lot of times where we kind of have to step out of a particular mind frame where we are putting ourselves in a cage. We're literally putting ourselves in a cage, but we don't realize that we don't need to do that to ourselves. We don't need to kind of put ourselves in a cage. Just allow the growth to happen. Just allow the growth to happen. That's all you need to do. Allow it to happen. Most importantly, I feel like there's a lot of misperception when it comes to this word right now. Forgiveness. What really is forgiveness? Forgiveness of particular relationships, well, you can forgive yourself for having these relationships that hurt you, tormented you, whatever happened that was horrible, wrong. But if you acknowledge that you're moving on, you're growing, that's forgiveness. That is true forgiveness. You're growing from these connections. You're growing in ways that maybe you don't understand right now, but you will. You will understand. Let's see, what is this forgiveness here? Here we go. One more. The true you. Acknowledgement of relationships that are coming your way that reflect who you are. Loving yourself. And even attracting connections that appreciate you, value your existence, value you for who you are. Those are true connections. Right there. And in some cases, attracting a very loving partner. Okay, so let's pull one more card. One more card, and then I want to talk about the case of the two missing moms. I do want to talk about that. Wow. Spirit is calling for you to, I'm hearing, find your peace. Find a place where you can eliminate those energies, or eliminate the burdens is also what I'm hearing. Eliminate the burdens of toxicity, thoughts, negative thoughts. Because you should allow in. Be receptive. Satie. Be receptive. Allow things to unfold. Oh, there's a seagull. Every single time I have a great read, I have a seagull here. Wow. I cannot get over this. Look at him. And the kid's swimming too. But every single time I have a great live, a seagull shows up. Satie! So, I just had to throw that out there. Satie! So, universe is calling for you to... Universe is calling for you to find a place where you find peace, a calling, purpose, originality, or a soulful calling. Angelic number 33. Satie. Anything that allows you to be who you are in this moment. Okay, so I do want to talk about the Kansas women. I do want to talk about that because that was very interesting how it just happened so quickly and how they made arrests. I knew that they both had passed on for sure. Satie. I did know that they had passed on, and I kind of felt it. See, look at all the rotting wood up there. Anyway, so let's talk about that. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to start with that real quick. That was a very interesting read, and I do want to say, where is my, there it is. I do want to say that some of the other stuff that has been thrown out there about that case, that's some pretty intense stuff. Like, that's like an area where people are getting kidnapped and stuff like that. For the most part, for that whole read, I was like picking up the weather. Like, I was kind of picking up, like, there was snow on the ground, and, you know, there was this and there was that, and, you know, like, that was a very intense read. So, when all of that came out, I was just like, whoa. You know, I kind of like, Ash was using my phone, but Ash was kind of using my phone, and I was like, I need my phone right now, please. I need to see what's happening here. So I'm glad that arrests were made. I'm glad that kind of justice is being served. Because I feel like there was a big debate for me if they were even going to catch him, because I feel like there was an instance in their investigation where I feel like there was a chance that it could have went cold. Literally, I feel like there was a chance. If they didn't act on something specific, there was a chance that it could have really went cold. So I think I remember this read too. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my notes right now. That was the read where I said, like, somebody could be wearing like a red bandana, or they could have, like, what is it? Like sunglasses. Oh, somebody could even have a CDL truck driving license. Did one of those guys have a truck driving, like, did one of those guys have a CDL? I don't remember. But they were definitely following them hardcore. They were definitely following them hardcore. So, I'm really glad that, I know it's not closed. That case is not closed, but I'm really happy that, authorities and law enforcement really kind of, you know, had opportunities, had, tips, and, you know, how they went about their investigation. They were looking for bodies since it started. I have to say that they were looking for like physical bodies since they found the vehicle. So I'm very happy that that, you know, something actually happened and went down with that. So I'm really relieved. Very, very, very relieved. So yeah. Anyways, tonight's live, I am going to wrap it up around the hour mark because yeah, mother-in-law really wanted custody. And it wasn't even about, what is it? It was really about like control, having control. And what was it? What was it? I had it in my notes here. It was like, I want control over you, basically. It was like very narcissistic, I want to say. Very narcissistic, controlling, kind of like imprisonment, whatever. I think a lot of that energy also stems from her boyfriend as well. I mean, he was raised by her, and I think that he has a lot of healing to do as well. And a lot of that is a choice. Healing is a choice. If we don't heal and we resist, that can be a problem. We can have problems with that later. So, yes, it was a very traumatic. They also have a, what is it? They also have a fifth suspect, I believe, but they said that they didn't make an arrest with him, with this individual. I actually have been following this case. There's like, I have to say, like, there's a lot of cases that I do, and I don't really follow them all. I don't. Delphi case, I didn't really follow. That was kind of like a case that I was just testing out to see, testing out with my gifts and stuff like that. And Delphi, and what was the other one? Oh, the Madeline case. Oh gosh, what's her, Madeline McCain is her name. There's just a few of them that I wasn't following, but this one I was definitely following because I was waiting for something to come out. The other case that I'm also waiting to like literally come out with it is the Brian Kohberger case with the four Idaho college students that got murdered. As soon as I started watching the news, as soon as I started watching the news on that, and this was before I got out of military, as soon as I started watching the news with that, I started having dreams about that case, like with the victims. Because there was a dream that I had before I did the video, and I kept having the same dream. Where I would try to leave my house, and as soon as I would try to leave, there was the killer right there. Then I would get stabbed. Then I would try to leave again, and then I would get stabbed. But then there was this spot where in the dream where I was I was like right near the bed, and I was by the phone, and I was right there, and I got stabbed. Like I was trying to get out the window, and I got stabbed. Like it was one of those weird dreams, I want to say. But as soon as I did that reading, I stopped having those dreams, thank God. So that is definitely a case that I am following and staying up to date with, just because. So I know he has an alibi now. I saw that. And his alibi is stargazing. Stargazing. Hey, Makila. So, I just, and what was it? As soon as I even did a reading for that, what was it? This was when I was taking care of my mom still on hospice. And I went into the woods up the street, and I went on this nature trail, and I was outside. It was very cold, by the way, but I was having anxiety about doing a video. Like, I don't think you guys understand the reason why I also paused my lives and paused videos and like didn't post for a while. I had a lot of, I want to say I had a lot of anxiety about being on camera, and I had a lot of anxiety about being on camera at that time, and I did not want to be on camera. I really didn't. I did not want to be on camera. I didn't want to be on live. I didn't want to do predictions. I didn't want, you know, but I recorded it. I kept the recording. I didn't delete it. And then later on, I was like, screw it. Screw it. I will post it. You're listening to Zeke whine underneath me. I have him in a kennel outside right now. I don't want him taken off. But so, all right, Zeke. So I had a lot of anxiety with that, but I was on the money, and I was sitting there, and I was like, man, I should have posted that. Man, I was just like, I should have posted that and not been scared about posting it and putting it out there, and, you know, but it is what it is. So then I did a later video, and I was like, you got to get over your fear, Aura. You really got to get over your fear and just do it. So I did, and now I'm back live again. So anyways, I gotta take care of Zeke. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go back in the water, take a shower afterwards, of course. Don't want to be filled with lake water and have that all over my skin. I will see you guys next week for a wonderful live once again. As always, I have a seagull here as my guardian and angel while I'm doing these lives. Love it, love it, love it. I will see you guys next week. Everybody take care, and I will also keep you updated on my renovations. If you want to follow along, I do have a Snapchat. You can follow me on Snapchat if you would like. It's AuraFay77, I believe, on my Snapchat. So you can follow me along. I'll be posting updates. I just, yeah. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody take care. Love you guys. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.